Hey y'all, I'm trying to be more consistent with the YouTube thing because I don't even really promo my YouTube a lot, and I really should, which is kind of crazy because I know I be having gems and people tell me this a lot, and I just don't be sharing. I keeping it to myself, and I don't do a lot of promo for myself at all, like at all, and I don't know why, and I need to get out of that habit. So I'm gonna start being more consistent, like I said I would. Like I said when I started this, I'm gonna start doing like my talks because I'm a yapper. And actually, I'm not a yapper. No, I am a yapper. I'm lying. I'm more of a writer though. So like, I write journals. I write in my notes. I pray a lot. So, and I write down my prayers. So I learn a lot about myself in those moments. So I feel like I should share them. I want to like start talking about things that I'm navigating within my Christian walk and things that a lot of people struggle with, and maybe someone will understand with me and with what I'm going through. Today I was originally going to talk about friendship. I know that I said that like last video I was going to talk about dimming your light or whatever, but I did a poll on my Instagram and I said, hey, like what are the things that you suffer most with? And I put identity, purpose, self-esteem, and lust, I believe. The majority of everyone picked lust. So I'm gonna do a video on that because that was really brave of everyone to say. I just need to tell y'all straight up how it's affecting you, because not gonna hold you, there's no easy way to say it, and society will try to tell you that it's normal or normalize things like that, but it really has us cooked for real. Back in the day, watching TV, it was so rare to find a sex scene on screen, but nowadays it's so common. Like, it's rare you'll have your favorite show and there won't be a sex scene, and that's kind of crazy. They're selling soft porn, and the goal is to normalize it and make purity look odd, while also still fetishing innocence and purity, and it's really weird. So I want to start off by saying something. Sex isn't bad. Sex was created in a way where we could be intimate with each other and literally fit into each other and come together as one. It's just terribly misrepresented by the media and society. Sex is a celebration of love, not a casual affair. Like, it is the most intimate thing that you could do with the person, and you're exchanging bodily fluids, and like, that is just about the most intimate thing you could do with the person. And if you don't think that is intimate, then I don't know what you truly consider intimacy. That's casual to you. And the point of sex is to procreate. So when two people create, that's an act of love. That's literally the manifestation of two people becoming one. And for some of y'all, maybe it's not sex, maybe it's masturbation. And because society tries to normalize it as a natural longing, they tell you that it's okay to succumb to it. And a lot of things are natural longings, like envy or jealousy, but that doesn't mean you need to act on it. Just like jealousy reveals the ugliness in your heart, lust reveals the perversion in your heart. Self-control is not only a fruit of the spirit, but it shows how strong-willed you are. When you can control your body, not let it control you. When you can control your emotions and not let it control you, this is your life. But when you let everything control you, you become a slave. But let's take away all of that, okay? Y'all know I'm a straight shooter, so let's just call it what it is. It's weird. Like, you're watching people do this, and on top of that, you're hiding while doing it. And that should go to show that you shouldn't be doing it. And then after you feel convicted, you feel, your spirit starts feeling bad, and that should be enough to tell you, oh dang, I shouldn't be doing this. Because that's your spirit. And regardless of how many people saying, oh yeah, I watch this, you'll never catch them watching it because y'all feel ashamed for watching it. That's why sex scenes are very uncomfortable to watch with other people in the room. It's not normal, it's perverted. And I'm not saying this to shame you, it's to tell y'all the truth. Because even if you disagree with everything I've said before, there's one inevitable fact. It does nothing to benefit your life. And it is nothing productive. It doesn't help you pursue your goals or achieve your dreams. It doesn't put money in your pockets. It takes up your time and, yes, your energy. It's a quick temporary fix that a lot of people don't realize, but drives you away from your purpose. Lust is a sin not against anybody but yourself. You dead become a real life weirdo. Like, I've been in friend groups and group chats where no one had anything in common but the fact that they like to have sex. There were no actual bonds, no deep conversations. Every conversation was just perverted. And then there are some girlfriends who have told me that whenever they see a fine guy pass by in like gray shorts, that they look for a bulge. Like, that's not normal. And as much as girls don't like to admit it, we probably suffer from it the most. Look at female rap. Look at the message that female rap is spreading and then labeling it as empowerment. What is empowering about degrading yourself? Doing it to yourself so that a man can't do it to you? And then y'all wonder why we suffer the most with relationships. Because y'all sleep with who y'all are attracted to before even getting to know them. And then when you're deep in, you realize you don't actually know them or you don't like them. But you were so blinded by lust that you didn't get to know them to begin with. I said this in a previous video, but like, a lot of people only know how to flirt with each other because the only thing they have in common is attraction. One of the reasons I say it's a bigger problem with women is because women don't see a problem with it. A woman can have a rose toy or a dildo and she's looked at as freaky and she's with it. But if a man has a sex doll or a pocket, yes, it is weird, but I think we need to stop biting our tongues when it comes to women and this problem, because women are just as weird for it too. But with men, it's just more obvious because it messes with the way he socializes. Most men suffer with porn addiction. They can't look women in the eyes when they talk to them. They can't read a woman. They can't read social cues. They mistake her friendliness for attraction. Or they just can't socialize with people in general because they're so used to seeing what's scripted in a video on a website. And I just gotta say it, y'all. Men, you can tell when you watch too much. It's so painfully obvious because when you're intimate with a woman, it just feels performative. Like, it is so obvious, and somebody had to say it. It feels very performative. It feels like he's just getting himself off with you. He's not actually trying to get familiar with your body. And the woman in turn feels taken advantage of, and the man doesn't know how to form real connections, which hurts them both in the long run because then you get generations like the one that we live in. And me, being in social work, I realized that a lot of men suffer with the tragedy of purpose. And by that, I mean like not knowing where their purpose is and where they're going. So they just kind of live life on autopilot, just waiting for something amazing to happen, and then numb themselves to everything. And the worst thing a man can do is live life on autopilot, because you're not actually living, you're just surviving. So I just want to say, you don't just reap what you sow, but you reap where you sow. If you're spending your time on a website watching people get right, what do you think will come out of that? You're gonna start doing that with women, with how you saw it scripted on the website that you've seen it on. And it looked like he satisfied her, but you don't actually know how to be familiar with her body. You only know what feels good to you, and not knowing how to talk to her after, because everything again is scripted. You don't actually like her, you just needed to feel a temporary pleasure, but you're not working from purpose. Because a man who walks in purpose is not treating another one of God's children like his playground. A man of purpose would look at people the way God views them, not how he does. So if you want to start living in purpose, to stop being numb and living on autopilot, be intentional. Do everything with meaning, and it always does start with the little things. If you're gonna be intimate with someone, make sure it's someone that you can say I love you to. Someone you can look in their eyes and say that and mean it. Not somebody that you'll dispose of. Somebody you could talk to and work things out with and build with. Where it's more than just physical intimacy, but you're building with them. You're doing something from purpose. You're being vulnerable with them. You're not just trying to make a woman submissive because it makes you feel powerful. Because pleasure gets you nowhere. The most powerful man is a man with self-control. And women, I'm coming right back to y'all because y'all not getting off easy. Because, I mean, yes, first of all, just because I'm talking more to the women in this, I need to let y'all know I'm not saying that the men don't have a problem. It is definitely in male rap, but women, we have power. There is so much power in being a woman, and I think we need to take that power back. Not this liberation movement that is making you think that your power is just summed down to your desirability and your sexuality. We're so much more than that. But again, here's the social worker in me. Women, we suffer more with identity. So when we succumb to lust, it does make us question ourselves. Because society nowadays puts value in being desirable. But when we're hearing songs every day that say,
I could take your man, I don't cook, I don't clean, let me tell you how I got this ring, effing on a scamming ass, rich ass nigga.
It kind of shows you, like, is this really empowerment? Is it really empowerment if you have to mention not just how you're desired by men, but how you use men? Is it empowerment when you're not talking about how you built yourself on your own, but how you had to step on people to do it? Or how you had to build yourself by seducing your way into your position? Because that kind of sounds like a Jezebel to me. And it really brings me to question, who would you be if you weren't getting attention from a man? And then you look at Instagram and you see all the women that are socially accepted are the ones who are desired by men, and they have the most follows for no other reason than just being attractive. And it makes other women look in comparison like, dang, maybe if I look like her, or maybe if I acted like her, then maybe I'll be accepted by society too. Maybe people will like me too. And one thing I've learned, comparison is not only the thief of joy, but it's the thief of identity. It is the thief of identity. It's not only that you're miserable with who you are and how you look, but now you're comparing everything about your life to theirs. Dang, maybe if I look like her, maybe if I make music like her, maybe if I got my body or my face done like her, maybe if I acted like her, like I said before, maybe if I dress like her, maybe then I'll be accepted. And your identity is not based in what people think of you or if you're accepted or desired. Your identity lies in if you like who you are. When nobody's in your DMs, when nobody's looking your way, when someone else is getting celebrated, in who God made you despite society's standards, without having to compare, change, or compete. And I've seen girls do that.
Like, maybe if I'm a little nastier, then he'll stay.
And baby, you were just something new for him to explore. If he really wanted to be with you, you wouldn't have to change, especially when it comes to something so physical, just to try to keep him. Unfortunately, a man with an addiction, and it's a lot of them, they can't see you for who you are. You are their fix. That's why I say that dickmatism thing, that was a thing for a minute. Please, free my girlies. Free y'all. That's a self-esteem issue, bro. That is a self-esteem, that's a lust issue. Y'all are blinded. Your lust should never blind you that much that you're ignoring who they are. Or you're ignoring how crazy you're acting. Because that's not normal either. It's not normal to be obsessed or treat someone like a god. It's not normal to idolize people. If that form of intimacy is where you feel closest to someone, you have to start asking yourself, why is that? Where have you lacked love, connection, belonging, and acceptance that you equate physical intimacy to value? Like, do you not know who you are? Do you not know the power that you carry as a woman? The best thing I ever did was set the standard that if you're not intentional with me, you can't be with me. And I'm just speaking from personal experience here because I feel like when I tell a guy I want to be in a relationship, that they assume that when I say that I want to be in a relationship with them. But that doesn't mean that. Like, when I say that, I don't mean that. I'm not waiting on you to be in a relationship. I feel like that's where the disconnect with women go. Like, a lot of women will stay with a man who doesn't want to be in a relationship for the sake of companionship because they don't want to be without him. When for me, it's like, no, I just want to build and I want to be in something serious and I want to be in something intentional. And if it's not with you, I'm fine. I will find the person that wants to do that with me. Like, I'm not so desperate that I'll stay around with someone who just sees me as pleasure. I believe in purpose. So that's why I say, women, stop looking at yourselves like objects of desire. Because there will always be somebody that will reject you, demean you, and you will be left questioning your worth if you don't know who you are. You are so much more than your face. You're so much more than your body. You're so much more than the attention that you get. And men want much more than that too. Relationships that last are never built on lust. Because there's always going to be someone younger, someone more attractive. Beauty is fleeting. Nothing long-standing is built on something that is so fleeting. Also, there are some habits that y'all gotta cut if y'all want to be in something long-standing. Because problems don't just go away when you get into a relationship. And I'm gonna make a whole video on that too. I already have my notes ready for that. But if anything, a relationship just exposes, it puts your puts what is wrong in you under magnifying glass. And your partner is just gonna receive the residuals of your dysfunction. So I wrote down a few ways on how to combat lust. And y'all, it's not gonna be easy, but it will be worth it. Especially when you see yourself rededicated to things that bring you joy and purpose and make you feel renewed and refreshed. And you start building a life of purpose rather than pleasure. Because again, feelings are fleeting, but purpose is forever. Purpose builds legacy. The hardest one for me was to cut out secular music. And I'm saying this as a music enthusiast. I genuinely do not think there's anybody in the world that loves music as much as I do, but your ears are spiritual doors. Music shapes today's trends, fashion, and overall culture. Today's music glorifies toxicity, comparison, materialism, perversion, hopelessness, addiction, depression, lust, and y'all think that because it makes y'all feel seen, that is good. And y'all feel seen, but y'all are still depressed. What do you benefit from that? Also, nowadays, the only time music makes you feel good and confident is when it's promoting lustful things or materialistic things or comparing you to someone else. I'm not even a Sexy Red fan, bro, but it's really hard for me to not do a little get it sexy. Like it's really hard, but I can't be doing that, bro. I can't be doing that because it starts off as just a song, then it turns into a lifestyle. All these memes, the city girls are up, we outside. Niggas is really outside every week at the club. Like,
What purpose are you gonna find there?
aside from the point, your taste in music will really shape your thoughts, your actions, your motives, and it'll really say a lot about where your head is at. 2, cut out mainstream movies and shows. You gotta be really okay with not following trends. You literally cannot watch a show or a movie without soft porn. But it's true because, bro, this was my first and only season of watching Love Island, and I realized, like, yo, like, how are we gonna talk about Diddy's weird for his freak-offs, but what are we watching right now? The challenges got very weird, and I had to tune out every time. Viewing people in that light is just weird, and I don't think we should really do it. Make fasting a routine and take some time to fast social media in your routine. The machine always goes and it doesn't stop, and the things that it feeds you is always, it's gonna make you look at people's lives in comparison because you're only seeing what's on the screen. With that, I say transform your feed, because some people can't, some people make money off this, so I understand. So I say transform your feed. Make sure you're not being fed into society's image of what you should look like, who you should be, what you should do. Decide that for yourself. Decide that you want to be a person of value, whether you're seen or not, and rise up to the occasion. Unfollow pages and people that you watch just to see what's going on in their life, because, not gonna lie, that feeds into your issue with comparison, and it just makes you a lurker. Like, it just makes you a lurker. It makes you weird, a monitoring spirit. But focus on the life you were given. Unfollow pages that promote or tempt gossip or lust. Decide that you want a life of purpose and not distraction. Use your time wisely, okay? All the time you spend on that website or linking with the sneaky link, work on your craft, sharpen your skills, work on yourself, watch a sermon, read a book, go journal, go to the gym, write a song, watch a self-help video on YouTube, make a self-help video on YouTube. Distract yourself from the temptation. That's the good distraction. Distraction that leads to purpose, okay? Or start being intentional with everything that you do. When you realize that everything you do shapes who you are, if you take your life seriously, and you should, because it's your life and it's the only life that you're gonna get, you won't just do anything. You won't just give anyone access to you. You don't have time to feed into your flesh, because when you're growing, you're being pushed out of your comfort zone. Settling is, well, everyone is doing it, so it's okay if I do it. Growing is, I'm not like everyone, so I'm gonna control my temptations and not let it control me, because I have a life to live and I'm gonna live it in the best way possible. You have to be okay with the tension that comes with longing and surrendering. Grow closer to God. Oftentimes, after we're done watching the site or linking the person, we're left to feel shame, but that's an us thing, that's not a God thing. At some point, you have to ask yourself, why do I feel like this after? Or have you become so numb that post-shame means nothing to you anymore? Like I said before, lust is a sin against yourself. And God doesn't hate sin because he's some crazy dictator that wants to control everything you do. He hates sin because it ruins those whom he loves. It's like saying your partner is addicted to alcohol, and you watched how it slowly ruined their life, and they grow into a different person every day. They can't socialize without drinking. The only time they're happy is if they're drinking. It's the only time they really feel alive. And because of that, everyone the person that you love. That's how God feels. Instead of letting it overtake you, run from it. And the Bible says that. Run from temptation. There's no other way to handle it because our flesh will concede. Run from it. In fact, run away from it and run right to God. Sometimes the most powerful thing you could say is, God, you took your time making them, and it's taking everything to surrender my flesh. Lord, give me the strength because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. God, I'm a little embarrassed by how this temptation has a hold on me. Teach me to see me the way you see me, because I'm better than this. God, I can't find my future spouse if I'm still blinded by lust. I want to live in purpose and not in pleasure. I don't want to forfeit my calling, and I need help. Give me the desire to control my flesh. Because God is not the one shaming you. It's you. And that's why you don't run to him. And that's why you don't talk to him. And that's why you feel that way after. Oh man, I lost my spot. But I say all of this just because I care. I really hope this helps you find healing in your journey. And like, comment, and subscribe.